Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb, Conscious Mastery Coach and co-host of Conscious Conversations with Joan and Janet on Voice America on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, and 10 p.m. Universal Time. You can always catch the podcast on my website here on the radio show page. I want to talk to you a little bit about conscious mastery. We are all consciousness manifesting in physical form, and it's my belief that this life, this world actually, is not just a school, lessons to learn, but it's actually a playground. And life itself is an adventure in density and effort. And we manifest here as consciousness for the fun of it. As consciousness, we are expanded, we are unlimited, we are connected to the cosmic internet. In fact, we actually are the cosmic internet. And so life here is meant to be enjoyed. We're bringing in our greatest knowledge, and we're bringing in our creativity. And that's indeed what our life purpose is to express our creative selves. In fact, our creativity it's our spiritual language. So it's a clue to connect with the essence of who you are is by expressing yourself creatively. And so, as a conscious mastery coach, I help you navigate life from consciousness. So if you think of life as a flow, as an energy flow or a river, I'm not giving you techniques to control the river, but more that you can control the kayak and how you navigate down the river. You might create rocks coming up ahead, you might create white water, but that's all part of the fun and the exhilaration of kayaking. Uh, if you're not operating in alignment right now with the essence of who you are, you're going to be unhappy, and it'll show up in the areas in your life that are not feeling like they're working. You might even be in a job that pays you really well, and yet you're feeling dissatisfied, and that's because it's not truly in alignment with who you are. On the other hand, you might be facing some kind of disaster, bankruptcy or foreclosure or something terrible, divorce like that, and you might be actually feeling a sense of exhilaration experiencing these sort of things coming up. And that is actually your essential self coming up and rising to the challenge and thrilling to breaking loose from those restrictive patterns. So as your conscious mastery coach, I help you navigate all these different experiences and step into a greater experience of who you are. You might be a CEO of a business and having felt you've built it up to a certain level of external success, but you're feeling constriction yourself in this role that you are in as CEO. So many of us go through our different growth experiences, and as we get to that greater level, the nuts and bolts part of it doesn't quite fit who we are. So how do you bring your greater self into the world today, and how do you navigate your everyday life from the perspective of consciousness? It's really quite thrilling. It's really quite freeing. It takes you out of the level, I hate mixing my metaphors, but it's keeping with the water thing. It takes you out of the bottom of the fish tank level. So if you imagine the bottom of the fish tank, that's where all the decaying food is, and that's where the rocks and the moss and the algae is. And, you know, if you're a catfish or a bottom feeder, you really like to be in the drama of things. When you're operating from conscious mastery, you rise up above that. And it doesn't mean completely letting go of personality, and you don't turn into Eckhart Tolle or something like that. But you rise up and out of the drama of it and start to navigate from that sense of thrill and excitement, just like being very skilled at sailing. And sailing is really effortless. You just have the wind in your sails, and there you are going. And it's effortless to operate from that way. So, you know, how are you navigating your life? Are you, you know, in the old deep sea diver suit with the weights on the feet? You know, are you scuba diving? Are you scuba diving through things? Are you up there on this this rowboat, which is great because you're listening to the stories in your iPod, but you're rowing 26 miles a day to get across the Pacific Ocean. Or are you sailing from island to island? So conscious mastery technologies help you get the wind in your sails or actually operate wherever you would like to be consciously operating from. And if you're interested, go to my Conscious Mastery page and sign up for an initial session, and I'd love to work with you.